The skills that I learned through my degree, I think fundamentally those communication skills. So obviously writing lots of essays, being able to digest a lot of information and being able to sort of argue and articulate points coherently, that's certainly come through. So a lot of what I've done since leaving Oxford in my career is communications based. So being able to sort of articulate thoughts and complicated theories in a succinct way has been very important. I think also just more sort of the softer skills, so just that understanding that things aren't always straightforward and being able to find solutions and navigating my way through. So I say in my career in particular, it's not necessarily been a standard sort of career ladder. It's been, I think, what's described more of like a jungle gym. So taking opportunities, not always in sort of a linear manner. And just sort of having that ability to work hard and clamber up the learning curve when needed. I think it's referred to these days as a growth mindset. So it's that sort of curiosity and sort of desire to learn more. Cricket's my absolute passion, and my first job in cricket was at Marylebone Cricket Club at Lord's. And that came about really by being in the right place at the right time. So yeah, the job came through. I'd had some good contacts there who I'd met whilst at university actually. So I'd say that was a really key factor, is meeting people and making that good first impression. So then I was just ideally placed to take on a role in the media and comms team there, and sort of everything's gone from there really. So it has been fairly opportunistic, but sort of looking back now, it's almost opportunity by design. I feel like I put myself in the right place at the right time and took advantage of that. I'd say my first piece of advice is don't panic if you're not quite sure what you want to do. I think when I was sort of going through that during my undergrad, it felt like everybody around me knew exactly what they were doing. They had very clear ideas of what their next steps were, whereas I'd kind of taken things on a bit of a one step at a time. Like I did my GCSEs, I did my A-levels, I went to university, and then it's that kind of, well, what next? So the first thing is not to panic. And then I think the second thing is just to take your time and look at what opportunities there are out there. So for me, it's critical for my happiness that I'm doing something that I'm passionate about and that I love, and that I can combine with my day job. So working in sport, I've been incredibly fortunate to be able to combine those two things. But really, yeah, it's about working out what you enjoy doing, because you're going to be working for most of your life. So you need to make sure you're doing something that you enjoy, and just not being afraid to take on maybe roles which don't necessarily on the face of it look like that's the natural thing to do, because I think everything you do you will gain experience from and will set you up for your next step. And I think that's something that I'm very mindful at the moment actually. So I've just taken on a new role at the England and Wales Cricket Board in our new strategy team. And strategy is obviously very vogue right now, it's very hip. But I see it as another really great opportunity to learn a new skill set and to challenge and push myself and just to make myself more versatile moving forwards. So if and when I do move on from cricket, hopefully that won't be anytime soon, but I'll be a more rounded person and able to sort of move into different sectors and different industries.